And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in Terraformers. The red planet awaits on the planet of knowledge scenario, where I think we got a plan. Question is, can we do it fast enough? It's always the question on these games. Or you've got a time limit. Election year, new leader, oratory, +1 support for every 5 new city buildings. That's tempting. Spend 20 water to gain a bunch of support. Gain 10 support per population. A leader can only give a speech once in each city. Okay. Resource exploration, or you do the recycling. Moving a rock provides 1 titanium. Can turn silica into titanium. Can place sewage treatment plants. Yeah, I think we'll go with the recycler here. Safari Park. We don't have the oxygen to support that. Hanging Garden, we don't have the raining to support that. Space Elevator is just resources we could potentially source. Okay. Grab the bus station. And we'll grab the entertainment center. Yeah, let's see where we can get the rover to go first. So, looks like the cheapest the rover can do is a 4. Yeah, let's send it down there. Thinking delaying... Oh, do I have the space in there? That's a good question. Clear the rock. I have the space. Okay, so we'll clear the rock, which gets us a titanium. We'll place the bus station. Oh, and I need to put more people there. Didn't contemplate that. Okay, well, we're not going to do the rock then, because if we can't get the thing down, then we can't get the thing down. We are going to put more... Next turn, we're going to put more people here. Take advantage of the modular. +1 water if the city has 4 people. We're normally going to be like 1 short in most places. Let's look at the titanium. We're not really looking for that right now. Put the data center down. Sure, let's get the data center down. And then let's get the bacteria spreader down. So we can do a bacteria spread. Okay, so we can toss this one in the zone. The zone with the spreader is the quickest place to spread, so... Or quickest recharge in the spread, so we'll drop it there. Get that type of bacteria down. Gets us a little bit of support. And let's see what we can do. Optimize the trade routes a bit. I definitely don't think we need that much tritium coming in anymore. So let's slow the tritium roll down. And in fact, let's start... seeing some reduced imports. Oh, I see. Okay. Because we got 5 exports that are not existing trade routes. Is kind of the problem we got going on here. Pull something in. Let's pull you in. Oh no, other way around. There we go. Let's finish this off, and then we can double down on the other 2. In the meantime, I can bring science in. We do have... I've been not interacting with our options for trade routes. We've got a space elevator option. We got a weather control option. And we've got an arcology option. For us, it's probably easiest to do the weather control and the space elevator. Probably want to put the space elevator in the starting city. Based on what I'm looking at there. Because the space elevator, city becomes connected to space. Granted, I think the city is connected to space. Yeah, this one already is connected to space. Why not get that benefit? Adjacent mines provide an extra trade route. We get 2 trade routes. City. The second one is actually the interesting one here, which is every food export trade. We get 1 food export trade route for every 3 the city's producing, which we are making 6 in the city. So we get 2 food trade exports. Yeah, and then there's an argument that we probably want to hook this city up to space, and we have the spaceports to do the connections, right? So, in fact, this would be redundant a little bit on the first one is fine. Yeah, let's get the extra routes. We happen to have the titanium, so we can just get the extra routes. I got 2 launches, so let's look at, say, something like that. And we got 2 imports, so we can take those for importing like this. So, because the quicker we get up to 30 science, the quicker we can upgrade it again to get the food export routes. Let's also get us 12 a turn. Science. Oh, no, it's actually going to get us 11 a turn of science because we're shipping 1 up. That's fine, I think. Yeah. If I need more titanium, we can try to sell get some titanium, but we don't need more titanium at the moment. And then the processing turret doesn't make any sense right now. Okay, so we'll get the 15 support. Alpine Forest is, I think, what we're going to go with. I'll put this away for the moment. Come back to you. Complete you. Do I want to level something existing up, or do I want to get the start of another route? Get some silicates a turn in, get some atmosphere a turn in. I think some silicates a turn in is a good idea. Okay, zoom back into the planet. That's obviously given us 4 new trade routes. We can go to ship things to space. We're shipping all the titanium, or all the tritium. We're shipping a bunch of our silicate production. But we can ship a little bit more. Do something like so. We're a little bit behind on the silicate, a little bit behind on the science, but it'll be fine. That's at least them going equally. And then that gives us 1 import-export route. So we could export food, import a bit more science. Yeah. That looks like a reasonable trade set. We're probably not equipped to actually deliver the plants yet. Oh, and let's actually take this look at the titanium, because I do have a need for that titanium right now. Drop into Elysia here, or Elysium post. Drop the modular apartment complex. We get the neighbor bonus here. A bunch more support. And now we got a bunch of expansions here. Yeah, I think at this point we're probably not going to use, as tempting as it might have to take advantage of the Nashville thing, we're not going to use that as a location. We'll drop our plant spreader there. And I'm not sure if we'll be able to get the plant spreader to actually go anywhere yet, because we aren't getting rainfall, but we've got it down. Which I suppose means when we do have an opportunity for rainfall, it will tell us at this point. Okay. Selling us ministerial research. Do I just write this off? We can actually pick the space one up as well. And then write the rest of these off. Yeah. Huge asteroid, we don't have space for it, so we'll take the support. Android hub. Yeah, probably grab that. Hydroponics farm. We got the water for that, so that's tempting. Yeah, we'll take the hydroponics farm because we've got the water to put it down right away. Okay, oh. Don't have the power to do what I want to do if I do that. We'll come back to it then. Because I want to both put down the bus station and do other stuff. This one's pretty much developed. The entertainment district down. Support bonus that way. Yeah. And what, it's 30 science for upgrading the elevator? Yeah, so we'll upgrade the elevator next turn. Enough power for prospecting tour. Okay. We're making some decent progress on those. Regional buildings cost less, city buildings cost less, megastructures cost less. We're gonna do megastructures cost less, as much as that means we can spend less science on them. But I think we're already basically building the ones that cost science in our purposes. So... more trade routes, more food routes in particular, so we can get a little bit more food moving. As much as we're shipping silicates up to there. Yeah, let's pull route back, start shipping some titanium. So let's pull both back, we'll ship the titanium. More science for... Actually, no, take more power. We're a bit power hungry at the moment. We'll do another explore. What I'm thinking I'm going to do is I want to set this lava tube up for controlling stuff in the northwest here. Yeah. It's reminding me I've got more roots. I'm starting to run to the point where I actually don't have more stuff to export. It's kind of where I'm getting into. So I don't want to be too aggressive with exporting. Though, if I'm going to export, it would be a little bit more titanium. Which, if that's the case, we can just crank that up. That done a little bit more quicker. A little quicker. Saturn, support. Connected cities get +1 comfort, which we can probably engineer that to be all our cities pretty easily. Plus science. Nitrates, which are less desperate for, I think, Saturn. Technologies A. New space products require 3 of each resource. 8 support per animal. +2 support per science, or +2 support per turn when you get, or when you increase your science silicates. That's very interesting. +1 support per turn when constructing a city building. Sure, we'll go B. Okay, let's get some of these down, so we've got space for things. Science of silicate increase, okay. Let's... Then we can move you. Maybe a little aggressive on that move, because we're not going to make use of the move right away. Toss the Android hub down here. And I suppose it doesn't matter which of those two are on the farm, so we can just place it on the farm as well. Okay, cheapest place for the rover is going to be down here in the south. Got a couple 4s. Okay, we got 3 trade routes available. One of which probably wants to be an exporter of titanium. Probably do want some silica import. Not really desperate for titanium, so we could do export all the titanium, import some tritium, or not import the silica. Maybe do a little bit of back off then, if we do that. Get all that into space. Then the turn after next, we'd finish... Actually, that'll finish it. So we'll finish the telescopes, get 3 science a turn, and we can work on these ones. And we don't have the power unless we have a place where we can go for a 2. I don't think that's the case. No. The only place where I got 4 people, most I've got is 3. And we don't have the silicon to do that transformation. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna take the 15 support. Giant space mirrors. Gain 30 heat, increase the heat step of the zone. I think we'll pass on that. App with heating module is a little bit tempting. Let's enable this. And then we will go ahead and take you. And then we're going to trash that. Oh, and you would probably benefit a lot from... Oh, when we put robots in here, you'd benefit from it. You don't have any robots right now. We probably do want to look for some robots. We just don't have them yet. There's also development center now. We got that going pretty quickly, I think. Don't think we got any place the plant could go on yet. No. Sort out the trade routes. So yeah, let's for the moment just reset everything. Except for, of course, what we're shipping. So we're shipping up to science. So that keeps it balanced. We do probably want to clear this quickly, because this is worth 3... worth 3 support. Anyway, so that'll get all the tritium up there. We'd be 2 science short. Let's back off 1 on the tritium. We'll do 1 science, 1 or 2 science, 1 tritium in the last turn. Ship you. Oh, it's already got that titanium up there. We shipped it up already. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, I think that works for the trade routes. Oh, and then we've got potential exports. We should ship you, ship you, ship you unless we want water, and we don't need the water right now. Ship some food. And then we can either pull in science or silica. Well, we could do a lot with silica, right? So we could definitely handle, like, taking all the silica for the turn. And then coming back to evaluate it next turn. Interesting. We don't have any flooded tiles yet. Could grab another rover. I think we'll grab another rover. We'll grab the chainmail though. We can do something with that, I think. Then we don't run the rest of this, so let's trash it for the moment for the science. Drop the school. It gives us some more science. Do have food and such. Let's explore you. Okay, let's make you... that's going to be a somewhat expensive one to set up. We're going to set a colony up here. It's not going to be usable for much for quite a while, but we can set it up. Reasonably happy colony. We're going to expand there. Yeah. We'll explore that one, and then we'll probably place the expansion hub on it. Now we come up to our trade routes. So with that, that'll finish you off, finish you off. Get that working at a pretty quick tempo. One import-export route. Export food, take in silica? Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And we can enable you for a bunch of support. Making support almost neutral again. And then do I want atmosphere turn? Not really. Support per turn is tempting. That's silica export that gets you to level up, so... We're getting close to some of these level ups kicking in. You are +1 development if social body is... or +1 development and then plus an extra one if it is farther away from the sun than Mars. So that would actually work, I believe, on Ceres, so we just do that to apply Ceres. Ceres is the only one that's not progressing particularly quickly over space stuff. Anyway, we're going to take a little bit of a science hit in the short run to set up for a potentially really strong science in the long run. So you produce science, you produce science, you produce science. So if we put the university in the middle there, we get 3 more science. I suppose I could put the Robot Ingenuity Center here for a bunch more control. Yeah. Okay. And of course, with our stuff all delivered, we got a bunch of trade routes we can improve. If we wanted to. Get this set up faster. We technically could deliver 10 things a turn. Let's go ahead and let's kick this up to 4. That'll get it done in 2 turns. And then we'll back a little bit off the silica production here. So we can offset the power exports with power imports. Okay, let's see how that runs. We need some rainfall. Need some oxygen. Though, science per turn, yeah. If we can get that to play, we want to play that. Present station, import tritium. Sure. Could use some more stuff to work with. We got a science one down there, so take the 5 science expedition. Okay, so we do want to harvest that black sand. Harvesting the black sand would allow us to do this one without the nukes. All we're short is water. To do what I would need to get that set up. Can I find 5 water? Now repeat the question. Can I find 1 water? There we go. So with that, we can go ahead. Got a flat plains down here. This is not the best place for a colony. So the worst places for colonies, I suppose. Harvest the black sand. And that allows us to come up here. Now that we've harvested the black bed and spread it around for 10 atmosphere, 10 heat. No, I should save the silk up for this university. The university is going to be the good source of science. Yeah. And we're going to get 5 more, so that's the next turn. We'll cycle the turn. Like storms sweeping through Saturn's atmosphere. These massive storms only happen once every 30 years. Some of our scientists are eager to join the Saturnian team's expedition. So we can lose 50 support and gain 20 science, or we can tell them to stay home and get 50 support. I'm going to eat the support for the science, because science is kind of a modus operandi for this quest. Let's go ahead and finish up Ceres. +1 water per turn, +2 water per turn, so a bunch more water. Ceres is done. Elysium, get the university down. For more science. And yeah, that's kicking into lots of things. For every time we increase science, we get +2 support. One of the ones over here is every 5 science we increase, we get +1 science. So we're starting to really get that science knob turned. And we do have the GMO lab, so we can put the GMO lab in the middle and then put another farm there. Okay. Get some robots over here as well. And at some point we do want to get weather control down somewhere. No, it might be the weather control up here, ideally. That way we can get the plant spreader and the bacteria spreader to be really efficient. And I have 8 import-export. Okay. We'll get that shipped. Do I need the science? Yeah, I want with the GMO lab. So we're gonna delay the weather one a little bit. Yeah, we'll just take the support. New set of leaders. From recycling to either interplanetary leadership. Celestial bodies can be developed by an additional level. Observatory. 25 support per body level. Explore 2 locations. Or life spreading. I think we want the interplanetary leadership. Ooh, delivery drones is nice. Maybe the planetary engineering lab. We'll come back to thinking about it. Get Jupiter set up, or could get that increase in the water. Yeah, let's Jupiter. The first Jupiter level isn't super great, but we are exporting nitrates, so we'll move quickly towards that radiation protection. Okay. So that'll take 3 turns to build the tritium import, but I think that's strong. I think we want more silica coming in, yeah. Got a rover. Which rover? That rover. Best we can do is a 4, so let's take a 4. Okay. We don't have the power to put it down yet, but that's what we're thinking of maybe doing over here with their 1 expand. It's probably overrunning that place so we can get the nitrate neighbor? Maybe. Probably. We're saving it for the GMO lab. We can do that next turn. Could put the laboratory down, just a straight laboratory down. That's probably what we'll do. Where do I want to put it? So, not here. What's the upgrade for you cost? Tritium. So the actual incoming in tritium is actually pretty good. Could put it here. It would be a bit tight right now with the rocks. We don't have any here. It would be pretty tight in here. And then we'd have to clear rocks here, yeah. In here we'd have to clear rocks. Here, though, we could probably get a pretty nice adjacency, potentially. See, let's pay the 3 power. And we'll put a lab down. Oh, telling me we gotta pull. I'm not actually that interested in right now. Yeah, we're not interested in these. That one's the most interesting, but that requires shipping a lot of silicates. And we'll take it. And then we dump the rest for the science. Rover Exploration Center. Carpenter. Or road paver. Think road paver. Food factory is another source of power. Or another source of food. Costs power, though, to build, which is maybe not the best. Okay, let's get our GMO thing down. That was gonna go here? Yeah. Yeah, and I would have been putting that one down there if we'd grabbed it, but we didn't grab it because we didn't want to spend the power. That's fair. Okay. I think next turn we're going to start working on this mega project. In fact, the next turn we can get 2 steps done. Oh, I suppose we need to put one more person in there at some point. We'll be fishing for like a robot or something. Drop. Okay, what's our trader routes looking like? Gold, or already assigned, I suppose. Okay. I don't really have the power for the exploration right now, so we're just going to cycle and get the support. Large asteroid, provide 8 and 8 and get 25. We're having more power problems, so no, we're going to pass this one. Well, we'll take the Marsha. We'll take the landing pad. As much as more power is tempting, we're not going to build that quickly, I think. So we're going to skip on that. We're going to go ahead and upgrade the solar panel, which is the 1-1, to the Mercurian ones to get us 3 more power. And then let's build up this megastructure. Build. And build. So now the zone, in theory, has a bunch of rain. Rain and oxygen. So now we can probably put some plants here. Oh, we're not blessed with plants. The zone, or what's the problem with the plants? I think we've got. They want temperature of 1, and we got temperature of 0. Okay, pretty close though. And I suppose if we get another person down, that means next turn we can do the last one, which will give us +1 more temperature, and that means we can do it next turn. Okay. Assuming we have enough to get a person down, which right now is looking like this is our option. Back off a little bit on silicon. back off it's looking like. So we want import some titanium, get the Martia done. And I suppose we can just reduce the exports for you. As long as we export 3 or less, should be enough. Gives me 5 exports, 6 imports. Think it's power and call it good. Okay. Yeah. Orbital solar panels, tempting. Sure. And obviously we enable you, get the extra tritium coming in. Rover, is it that rover? Okay. It's a pretty meh spot, I suppose. So I'm 1 food shorter than I expected to be. There is a little bit of RNG on finding food on the surface. We could go fishing for, but I don't think we're going to. Okay, I got 4 lift, 10 land at the current balance. 5 lift, 10 land, okay. Let's ship all the tritium up. Or actually, no. Ship 1 tritium up. We'll ship... Have to finish the planetary engineer, get the science going. And then I have 5 inbound. What do I want it to be? Probably power. Yeah, I'll probably just take the 5 as the power. Okay. And I can go ahead and use up one of our research centers here. Assuming we've got a spot to slap it in. Want you to be the house, so it's not you. We could use a rock to clear here. Put it here. Or we could slap it here. Here would probably make sense. Slap on the research centers to get bigger choice pool. Okay. We got this lead around for 7 more turns. Yeah, we'll fish maybe for upgrading some of these places a little bit more. to maximize the interplanetary cultural exchange. Serious fuel supply. No, we're not going to spare anything for that. Robots or mixed purpose? Mixed purpose is actually pretty tempting here, so we'll take the mixed purpose, we'll take the robots. We can have one more of my choosing. Probably the university. Okay. Enable you. Here we do mixed housing, which allows us to upgrade you, which now allows us to put the plants down. Okay, that'll complete the tritium component. And then we've got 6 launch capacity for moving silica, which then we'll have access so we can do more next turn. That'll get us more power. Okay. And then here is where I was thinking of sticking rover expansion. Though maybe it might actually make sense to put it down here instead. Oh, it's that one up there, so that would be quite expensive to get it down here. 10 turn cooldown versus a 4 up here. But I got enough power. We're going to use the Planetary Explorer. So 2, 2. Ooh, geothermal plant. And then the satellite one for the last one. And then this makes a better place for the expansion hubs. Expansion 1 goes here. Gives us all those neighboring adjacencies. And we'll put a rover out here while we're at it. So we immediately get to work. Pretty productive work. Oh, we've got the nitrates. So we can come in this one. Import and get a bunch of food. So we've got to explore 5 more locations, which is probably going to happen in the next 20 turns. And now we're in the burn science to do things degree of this sort of campaign. Yeah, we got a little places to set things up. We might actually set some of the spaceports up. Oh, I see what I'm going to do. We're going to have some complaints about these move. Do that one first. Okay, so that didn't change much. The big thing is we can now export another water. Take another import. Which probably wants to be power. Quite power hungry when we get consuming. Atmosphere level went up, that's nice. Automated workforce might be nice. Main station's nice. We're less desperate for science, and we're actually more desperate for things to spend science on, so we'll grab you. Okay, so that's everything we need launched for use. That gives us 3 routes to play around with. Potentially interested in getting in the tritium, get that launch pad set up quicker. So we'll say export food, import tritium. And this is a spend science, so I don't think the trade necessarily counts towards it. Got 3 robots here, so this would provide 1, would be particularly right here. Would be pretty good over here, but well, we'd have to clear the rock, which I suppose we could take the atmosphere loss. Atmosphere generation loss, yeah. And then I've got the power for the Explorer, so let's... Well, it probably would have to be there, yeah, that'd probably be the best place to put it, unless we're really... Oh no, here would work, so we can do a 2, 3, and get a decent amount of titanium. And then we can use that to grab that titanium, set that mine up. What do we need for that geothermal? 12? Okay. Okay. Potentially be looking for another good university spot. I think we were working on one in here. No, not that one. Here. So the university to go there, put some more science buildings there. See how well that works out. Oh, it's telling us I can research stuff. Not sure if we have a good place for a farm. If we have a good place for a farm, we'd grab it. We don't necessarily need food. There's a farm spot. Yeah, we have a good place for a farm. Okay, let's grab the farm. Cacti. Or penguins. Let's go penguins and get the water. Okay. Enable this. So we got no space projects for the moment. Which actually leaves us a bunch of trade routes. That's a good question. What do I want to do with all those trade routes? So if we do that, that's enough for one of those spaceports. We probably want more than one. Because we can actually turn the silica down. No, we probably want the silica. We probably want to get enough in, so we want like 5 there. So that's balanced for the moment. Reevaluate that in a bit. Rover, which rover? That one. That's a heat at 3. Let's see what that heat is. Ah, another one of the CO2 glaciers we can just deploy. Next turn, we'll have the food for the think tank condominium. Which would actually potentially make a good one there. We'll take a little bit of a short-term penalty. Put the think tank condominium there, go to happiness, neighbor adjacent building there. Put the university in the middle there. One more science building there, okay. I think that just gave me another research choice. Yes. Don't really want any of those, so we'll just go ahead and scrap it for the moment. Okay. So we got 5 space colonies. So if we're gonna milk the interplanetary cultural exchange, we need to start doing that. Okay, we sell 7 titanium, currently selling 2. IO will... one of our places will upgrade. IO will upgrade. So let's just do that. Maybe not optimal because I want titanium for things, but we'll get the IO upgrade, which is another silicate coming in turn. And then we can import it as much as we want. And then we can do sort of the similar thing with Jupiter. We don't need science coming in. We've cracked the silica one up to really high levels, so that's not going to be something simple to do. You know, let's import science because I don't know what I want to import it for. Re-import right now. And we're being told we can do a bacteria. If we have plus oxygen. Oxygen we're only going to have in Utopia here. What do we have? We have Cyano next. Drop in a neighboring one. That then means when that recharges, we could technically... We probably won't be going that long, honestly, but we could go ahead and then drop the science one in the place we have oxygen and still keep our variety. We're 2 explorations away. We'll get that in time. So we're mainly just working on science. Which is, I suppose, at this point, mainly finding things to spend science on. We're making science pretty quickly. Asteroid Lab. We'd have 12 turns to make the source of science. Just silicates, which we're making at a decent tick. Could grab those, okay. Some silicates per them. Modular city deployment. Could do that. That would be pretty easy. And MarsNet. Yeah, let's get those set up. We'll come back to review the rest of these once we sort these out. Okay, so you need to be done in 12 turns. Okay, we got 4 launches, unless I pull back the spare on the nitrates and not go for completing Jupiter this turn, which would probably be fair not completing Jupiter this turn, so let's actually just plan on doing that. We'll do 2, but we won't do all of them. So I got 11 launch capacity after sending to the food. So we could potentially just complete the modular city deployment. We need to at least put 2 of that in a turn there to get that done in time. Okay, don't really got anything to spend science on right now, so let's just max dump the science in here. We'll get all the science shipped up, and then we can work on the silica going up next. So we still got 8 imports I can take for something. Send to something. We do have a lot of tritium we want for construction, so let's import it as tritium. Or actually, no. Let's delay that science. We'll put some science up there. We're not going to put all of it. We'll immediately finish this modular city. We can ship that off to Ceres. And then on the next turn, we can do the interplanetary exchange on Ceres and get the 100 support from Ceres. Meantime, drop in on the planet. I suppose that just gave more experts into mostly water and titanium, as well as with some raw roots. Okay. Nine plus 4 is 13, 14. Okay, so that will let us play you. Okay, let's do that. We're gonna need some silica for doing these constructions anyway. So we'll get some silica imports. It's that rover. Starting to get decently far away from that rover, but we can get some places that'll work. And then you can be as far away as we can imagine and not be a problem. Ooh, more tritium. So what I'm going to do is we've got a rover here. Pretty much already pretty deep in our exploration location, so we're going to move this one. Okay, let's cycle the turn. Oh, I still got research projects. Do we want any of these projects? I think not. Well, we'll take the research center because we need some science to spend, And then we'll just take science for the rest of it. Places science, getting us some production on here. 165 science left to go. Oh, I should. This is probably going to be exponential. Well, yeah, I should put a bar break in here. So if you're watching on YouTube, I just realized we've gone way over an hour. We're like 12 minutes over an hour. Let's put a part break in here, and we'll pick up in the episode tomorrow with the finishing this out. So if you're watching on YouTube, they'll be put up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break, and then we'll be right back to it. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.